All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here. I'm here with my man, Michael Pino. Michael, how we doing, my man?
Doing great, man. Doing great. How you doing
Nice.
yourself, Kev?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. And Michael, now you got a fight coming up. I mean, talk us a bit more about this matchup here.
Well, yeah, got a. I had a fight. I had a fight lined up here down here in Florida, but ended up falling through. So we ended up booking this fight with CFFC, and it's a great opportunity. I couldn't say no, man.
Yeah, now, I mean, talk us a bit more about your opponent here and more about this matchup with Pena.
Uh, by what I've seen, he's pretty much a complete fighter. He's pretty good with his hands. He can wrestle. He can kick a little bit. Um, yeah, man, it's just another fighter.
Yeah, no, I actually interviewed Pena as well, and he thinks you're going to be his toughest opponent yet. I mean, what do you think about those comments?
That's good. He's right. I am going to be his toughest opponent.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this fight for sure. And now, when it comes to your training camp, I mean, who's maybe helping you for this fight camp as well?
Oh man, I got a lot of people helping me out. My main training partner is you guys probably already know him, Sean Stant. I got Richard Mayo, also Joshua Sierra. He's also competing on the card as well. Nate Landwehr, Danny Chavez. I also train with Kemba Garimbo. He's one of UFC fighters as well. And yeah, I got a lot of good training partners down here in Miami in MMA Masters.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome, man. That you got a lot of good training partners, and now you mentioned Joshua Sierra, who's also going to be on the card. I mean, what is it like to share the card with another training partner as well?
It's amazing, bro. We've it's gonna be well, it's like the fourth or fifth time we fight on the same card, but the second time we actually do it as professionals. So yeah, man, we're excited. We're ready to get these finishes again. We just recently got some finishes down in St. Martin, and we're ready to do it again.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys compete. And now another thing I was curious about as well too. I mean, now going into this fight, I mean, Tapology has it 62% with Pena, and you're the underdog. I mean, do you feel like the underdog going into this fight here?
I mean, none of that really matters to me. I like being the underdog. I like people to doubt me. It gives me fuel, makes me stronger. I like being the villain. I'm used to this. I made my pro debut in Brazil. I fought a Brazilian. I finished him in the first round. I went to St. Well, my second fight, I fought an LFA. That one I dropped the decision, but it was pretty even. Like it wasn't really his crowd or my crowd. We both put on a good fight. But after that, I went to St. Martin and I fought the guy from St. Martin as well, and I beat him in the first round too. And yeah, man, I like silencing the crowd when I get a chance to.
Yeah, no, it's definitely awesome, man. And like I said, we're definitely looking forward to you competing. And now, not too long ago, you fought on LFA, which is a pretty big promotion. Do you think fighting on LFA kind of helped prepare you for this CFFC matchup as well?
Of course, it's a big platform. You know, LFA it's a good promotion as well. CFFC is right up there. CFFC and LFA they're right up there to get you to the next level to UFC. And it's amazing to have this platform for us trying to come up and fighting these big shows. Get a feel for the bright lights.
Yeah, no, I definitely would agree for sure. And now, when it comes to your fights, you have two finishes in the first round. I mean, what are you kind of doing in the gym to get your cardio prepared in case this one does go longer than the first round?
Well, man, I have the best conditioning coach in the world. His name is Jonathan Lopez. Coach Jonathan Lopez. He was Kobe Covington's conditioning coach as well. Kobe's known for his gas. And yeah, man, I train hard every day, 2, 3 sessions a day. Um, yeah, man, I just grind. I'm a grinder. I don't stop working.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's important to have a good team, kind of like you mentioned earlier. And now, when it comes to this upcoming fight, I mean, how's kind of the weight cut going with you being like a week out now?
Man, everything's going according to plan. I never really have problem with my weight, but since I'm fighting at 45 again, it's amazing, bro. I get to eat more, feel more full of energy. I don't feel so sucked in like when I make 35. I feel great. I feel great.
Yeah, no, I was actually curious about that. I mean, you fought at 35 not too long ago. Is 45 going to be your home, you think?
It's hard. It's hard to choose, but yeah, man, I like 45. I feel like I had a pretty good fight at 45 last time at LFA, and I didn't feel like he was stronger than me or anything like that. I just chose to go back down to 35 to test the waters, keep testing the waters as a pro. I've already fought at 35 as an amateur, but as a pro, this was my first time. My prior fight was the first time going down to 35, and it was fine. But I cut like 12 pounds from one day to the other, man, and it didn't feel too good, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, that definitely makes sense for sure. And like I said, hopefully we're looking forward to you having a smooth weight cut. And now another thing I was wondering, I mean, when it comes to your MMA journey, I mean, talk to us a bit more about how you kind of got started with martial arts and MMA and whatnot.
Oh man, I started off when I was 6 years old. You know, I was just a kid. I watched the movie Karate Kid, you know, with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan,
Yeah, yeah, I know that one.
and I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, Pa, I want to do karate. I want to do karate." And my dad was like, "Nah, you're not doing karate. You're gonna do judo. I did judo, so you're gonna do judo." So he put me in judo for self-defense purposes, you know, not to be a an athlete or anything like that. But as I kept training, I saw most of my partners competing, and I got excited. I want to compete, so I just kept going with it, you know, competing around the world in judo, and then eventually I got my black belt in judo by the time I was 17. So then I switched over to wrestling when I hit high school. I wrestled in high school. When high school was over, I was working at a restaurant as a server, and I was just like, man, actually, I was wrestling in high school, and I had already had my judo black belt. I never stopped training judo though. You know, I was just more focused on wrestling because I was competing more actively in wrestling by the time I was in high school. Wasn't really competing so much in judo, and yeah, uh, I just eventually just chose to go. I had this one training partner told me about MMA Masters, and they were like, "Oh, one of my coaches, Daniel Valverde, he's a world champion in jiu-jitsu. You should come by and train with him." And I was, you know, I had like a big ego, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm tough. I think I'm tougher than him, whatever." So they took me over to train with Sensei Daniel, and he just ran through me, man. I just kept getting up, and he kept slamming me and holding me down, choking me out. I kept getting up, he kept slamming me, choking me out, until I puked. I just had to run off the mats and puke and puke. And then eventually that I left the gym, and then I was like, man, if I ever want to do MMA, this is the place I'm gonna go, you know. And then the time passed, whatever. I was working in this restaurant, and eventually MMA Masters moved locations. They switched locations from they were at, and they built a gym right next to my parents' house where I was living at the time. And I was like, oh my God, this is God. This is God putting this gym here for me, you know. This is a sign from above. And I went into Golden Corral, and I was like, hey, this is my last day. This is my last day here. I went with that paycheck, and I went to the front desk, and I was like, hey, I want to join. So I gave him the money for the membership for my last paycheck, and I joined the gym, and I started training MMA at MMA Masters. Started working the no gi jiu-jitsu. I had already done a little bit of gi jiu-jitsu, but then I started working no gi jiu-jitsu, and that's where I met my main coach, Danny Chavez. And he told me, hey man, just keep training, keep doing your thing, and I actually asked him, I was like, I want to be a professional fighter. What do I have to do to be a professional fighter? He was like, just keep showing up, and I got you. You know, he was like, just keep showing up to the gym, and I got you. So I kept showing up, and we're here. Here we are,
Yeah, yeah, no,
getting
that's
ready for
definitely
my
awesome.
fourth professional fight, and yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been an awesome story to kind of hear your journey for sure. And now you mentioned you got your judo black belt when you're 17 years old. I mean, what did you kind of have to do to earn your black belt, and what was it like to earn your black belt as well?
Oh, it was amazing, man. I had to train my ass off for a lot of years. My judo sensei, his name is Evelio Garcia. He was he's been the Olympic coach for a few times for the Team USA, and yeah, I trained under him since I was 6 years old, and he would take us to competitions, uh, train and compete, man, train and compete, train and compete, and eventually I reached my black belt, earned my black belt.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to judo, I mean, is there maybe some favorite throws or techniques you might have?
Oh yeah, man, my favorite judo technique is Morote Seonagi. I don't really do it so much in MMA because I don't have the gi, and it's kind of dangerous to turn into your opponent and give him your back like that. But yeah, Morote Seonagi, that was my best judo technique.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Now, when it comes to training, do you do any more gi training or anything like that?
Yeah, of course. Every now and then I put on the gi. I teach kids. I teach kids, so I wear the gi every week. You know, every
Yeah,
week I wear the gi.
that's awesome, man. And now, when it comes to teaching kids and whatnot, I mean, what is that kind of like having that extra motivation going into your fight?
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing to see these kids. I've already had kids that have been training with me for 3 years, 4 years plus. You know, so it's like I see these kids since they're 5 years old. Now they're 6, 7, 8, and these kids have absorbed a lot of the techniques that I've taught them. You know, and you can see them developing. Some of them, some kids are just like they're just blessed with this, and they know how to. They come in with a little bit, and they already like understand the movements and everything. I have some kids that they look better than some professional fighters, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, no, kids are definitely awesome, man. I'm actually a Taekwondo instructor myself, so it's definitely awesome to hear that
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So keep up the good work. And now, when it comes to teaching, I mean, what's maybe the most important things that you're trying to get out of maybe your class or lesson?
Man, my all the kids know that my class is the class where we fight. You know, I teach them the grit. You know, I it doesn't matter if they're crying. It doesn't matter if you're bleeding a little bit from your lip or whatever. I'm like, hey, suck it up and let's go. Let's keep going. You know what I mean? Let's keep fighting. You're okay. I always make sure that I let them know that they're okay, that they can keep going. You know, uh, I make sure I teach them a lot of like the back falls, how to break falls, and all of that. So, you know, eventually, sometimes when you're riding the bike, you may fall, and you need to know how to hit the ground correctly so you don't break your head or damage your teeth. You know. So
Yeah,
yeah, I teach them a lot of like basic things. You know, basic things. So they have in life, so they can keep for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No, I definitely think that's important. I definitely think that's some good
And
stuff.
recently now with school also, I make sure that I put it in their mind that words don't matter. You know, words don't matter. If somebody puts their hands on you, then you do what I teach you, but the words don't matter. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely makes sense. I definitely understood. And now, when it comes to MMA, I mean, obviously, you're a beast and whatnot in the cage, but what do you kind of like to do outside the cage when you're not in there training and fighting?
I love fishing. I love fishing. I love being outdoors. You know, I love hanging out with my wife. Well, my pregnant wife. I'm having a
Nice.
baby boy on the way. I love hanging out with my wife, hanging out with my boys. Man, we're a really tight circle in the gym. So I hang out with a lot of the same guys that I train with outside of the gym, you know? I
Yeah,
try to surround myself with people with like-minded people, with people that have the same goals and the same yeah, the same goals as me.
yeah. No, that's awesome, and that's definitely good to hear that you have a knit group over there at your gym. And now you mentioned your goals. I mean, what maybe more goals do you have specifically with your MMA career?
Of course, making it to the UFC. That's the main goal, but not just making it there. I want to put a stamp on this earth. You know, I want to make my mark. So whenever I'm gone, they remember who I am. You know what I'm saying? I want to make some good ass highlights, some good ass fights.
Yeah, yeah. Now you mentioned the UFC, but I mean, how long do you think it can maybe take till you get to the UFC?
Man, 1 year, a year and a half, 2 years. I'm trying to be as active as I can. You know, I'm trying to get in the cage as fast as I can, get in, get out, get these finishes, and make it to the big show. I'm
Yeah.
hoping maybe by next next summer I'll be lined up for that contender series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that would definitely be awesome. And now, not looking past your upcoming opponent with Pena, but how active would you like to be after this fight, you think?
Man, I want to be active. You know, it all depends, of course. Not looking past my opponent, but hopefully I get in there, get a finish, a quick finish, and I'm able to get back in there in 1 or 2 months.
Yeah, no,
Especially now at 45, the cut's not so rough, so I can just get them in.
yeah. Now, when it comes to getting a finish, I mean, you have two finishes on your career. I mean, what's your confidence kind of like, going into this one to get a finish?
My confidence is always high. My confidence is always high going into the fights. I'm always, I'm always, I always believe in myself. I'm always ready for a first round finish. I'm always ready for a second round finish. I'm always ready for a 3 round war.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely. I'm looking forward to watching this one live, Michael. And it's been awesome talking to you, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show. What's maybe your final message out there to the fans watching this video?
Hey, make sure you grab your beer, your popcorn, your pizza before my fight starts, because once the bell rings, it's straight action.
Yes, sir. And Michael, man, it's been awesome having you on. And like I said, I'm going to be at this one live, so looking forward to seeing you compete. And thank you so much for taking the time right before your fight, my man.
Thank you, Kev.